Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be showing you how to get the version exclusives without needing both games. That's right, if you're lonely, you don't have a friend, if you don't have $120 to shell out on any Pokemon game, more specifically Scarlet and Violet, this video is going to show you how to get those version exclusives that you missed that were in Violet, or those version exclusives you missed over in Scarlet. By the end of this video, you're going to be getting the Pokemon that you missed out on, Pokemon such as Raging Bolt and Pokemon such as Iron Crown. You will no longer be missing out on those Pokemon, and you'll no longer be forced to visit a Discord server just to get those either. We eventually want to make this opportunity accessible to all Pokemon players across the globe, so stick around and find out how we plan to do that later on in this video. Before we start doing anything in this video, just know that you're going to need at least 4 things. The first thing, a Nintendo Switch. You don't need 3 of them, but these are going to do something special later on, and you'll see that in a future video. The second thing that you're going to need is Nintendo Switch Online. Much like anything and everything else you see on my channel, you are going to need Nintendo Switch Online. Without that, you're not going to be able to connect to any of those bots back there, and you're not going to be able to connect to any future bots that we host either. So make sure that you have Nintendo Switch Online. Third, you're going to need a copy of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm pretty sure that's obvious from just the title of this video alone, but some people don't know that. And finally, the fourth thing that you are going to need is some patience. With this method, it is not perfect, but I'm going to make it as crystal clear as I can. And hopefully one day in the future, we'll be able to make this again global, or at least semi-global, so that players of both Pokemon Scarlet, Violet, or any future releases are able to use this without any downtime whatsoever. It'll be second nature to everyone. Until then, patience is important to have. Alright, so now that we are over here in the game, one of the first things you want to do is pull up your map. We're going to look and see where we are currently, and this is also where you'll want to go. Go ahead and fly to Cabo Poca, I believe is what it said. Once we get here, you'll want to go just a little bit outside of your house and go here, the little spot where you originally started the game. Once you get here, go ahead and catch yourself any Pokemon you want. The reason why we come here is because catching Pokemon here is easier than catching anywhere else in the game. So let's go ahead, throw a ball at a Pokemon, and give it a good old catch. Gonna throw our handy dandy quick ball at it because you know the quick ball is the best ball. Once we get it caught, we're going to do something magic, and that's what's going to make all of this work. After you have successfully caught your fodder of choice, go ahead and go over to it and press A, check summary, and then you want to press the X button. Once you press the X button, it is going to prompt you to change your Pokemon's nickname. But before we continue, let's have a look at how you can change your Pokemon gameplay experience forever. Are you tired of catching, raising, and training Pokemon for hours and hours just for them to fail at everything that they do? So was I, and I've created a way for people to get legal and online safe Pokemon in seconds. But how did you do that? Simply put, I spent thousands of dollars to save players money and time with the games that they love. Now, for the price of a coffee, our Discord users get to enjoy instant trades with Pokemon with their OT as little or as often as they'd like. Let me show you how easy it is. First thing you want to do is go over to discord.gg/Pokemon collection. When you hit enter, you should be prompted with an invite. Me, I'm already in the server, of course, but you should be prompted with an invite to join discord.gg/Pokemon collection. Once you've joined, the one thing you want to do is go ahead and read all of this here. This is very important to make sure that you are not kicked from the server. Go ahead and go to start here afterwards, click on the cherish ball, and then you can select your bot. The next step is where it gets fun. The next step, head on over into patreon.com/Pokemon collection. Over here, you'll be able to pick from one of 5 of the tiers of your choice, each tier giving you more and more, obviously, with the one you pick. Once you've decided on a tier that you would like to do, you can click one of the join buttons here associated with that tier, or you could also become become a member just by clicking here. Once you pick the one that you want, you can choose to pay annually or you can choose to pay monthly. If you choose to pay annually, you will save 16% on the cost of being a patron of the server. Once you have pledged to the server, the next step that you'll need to take is linking your accounts. Head on over to settings. After that's loaded, go ahead and click more, connected apps, choose Discord, and click connect. It's as easy as that. Now that you've pledged and got everything connected, the only thing left for you to do is enjoy the countless amount of benefits that you now have as a patron of Pokemon Collection. Our supporters get to enjoy a handful of benefits, including and not limited to instant trades with the premium bots of the server, access to all sysbots inside of the server, access to tier-specific home accounts, which means if you want to complete your Pokedex in 2 minutes by having someone fill an entire home for you, that can be done. Trades with your own OT. Every Pokemon that you decide to trade with the Scarlet and Violet sysbot, everything you request will come back to you with your own OT as long as it's not an event Pokemon. Cloning. People will have access to cloning. Whenever you're in the server, you'll be able to clone with the premium Scarlet and Violet sysbot, making cloning items and Pokemon effortless. Transfer only Pokemon trades. There were a numerous amount of Pokemon that came in this year through the DLC that people won't be able to get unless they own the previous games. Well, not anymore. We have saved you a ton of money by allowing you to trade these transfer only Pokemon to yourself. The only catch is that you won't be able to move them into home, but outside of that, you will be able to use them safely online in raids, trades, and battles. So what are you waiting for? Join the foundation of over 2,100 plus patrons of the server who are reaping the hundreds of dollars worth of benefits for only $4.99 a month. And if for any reason you don't enjoy being a patron of the server, and I'm not sure why you wouldn't, you can cancel anytime. Without further ado, let's get back to the video. Welcome back. Now, where we left off, we were nicknaming a Pokemon. So what we're going to do is we're going to just get rid of this Pokemon's nickname and we're going to type in the name of the version exclusive that you'd like. Now, I am playing Pokemon Violet. So in this case, I would do a Raging Bolt. So now, to my knowledge, this is not case sensitive. So you could type it all lowercase, you could type one uppercase, I'm not entirely sure. But it's better off to just do all lowercase just to be on the safe side. So we'll go ahead and hit OK. Now we have our Raging Bolt spider. Next up, we're going to connect to the internet. Now, we can do that here or we can do it in the Poke Portal. Once we get in the Poke Portal, we press the L button and that should connect us to the internet. And you can type in this code. Now, in the description below, there's a list of link codes. If 1247 doesn't work for you, you have the option of using any of the codes below that. If you're interested in any extra codes, please refer to the Patreon page in order to do so. Once you have put in your link trade code of choice, we'll go ahead and go up to begin searching and we will search for trade partner. In about 30 seconds or less, you should be connected to a trade partner. It may take a few tries, but for the most part, it should be pretty instant. Now, you'll be connected with a trainer named PKCL, which stands for Pokemon Collection. What we're going to do is select that Pokemon that we named Raging Bolt and click trade it. It's going to say waiting for other person's decision, and in return, it should offer you Raging Bolt or whatever you nicknamed your Pokemon. Go ahead and trade it and push A one more time to get rid of that attention screen. And now we wait patiently for our Raging Bolt.
A few moments later.
Once you have received your Raging Bolt or other version exclusive Pokemon, you should be prompted with your trading partner chose to quit trading, or you can just quit the trade on your own. Once you quit, do make sure that you exit out of the Poke Portal and go over to the Pokemon you just received and make sure to take off the Master Ball from it. You can go ahead and put away held item. Instead of catching more fodder, you do have the option of clicking on the summary of this Pokemon and nicknaming it for whatever other Pokemon you want, and you can offer this trade to that same bot or one of the other codes below and just keep this cycle repeating. But if you are using this to clone Master Balls per se, do make sure that you're taking each one off every time you get your new Pokemon. Please note that the more support that we do get over on our Patreon page, and in case you missed the ad, that is patreon.com/Pokemon Collection, the more switches we will be able to add. By the time you're seeing this video, These switches will have already been added, and they are on the list of the description below. There's also 3 more over there that are going to occupy yet another cubicle of switches, except for on that wall instead. I am so excited. We are shooting for 40 switches this year. If we can't do 40 by the end of this year, then we're gonna do at least 60 by next year. It's phenomenal. And whether we decide to keep hosting for Scarlet and Violet or the next games after, we will definitely have something in store. If you have enjoyed this video, please do me the biggest favor in the world and share it with a friend, because I know they'll enjoy this just as much as you do. But in the meantime, do me the biggest favor in the world and stay optimistic.